behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a great interview coming up for you in just a moment. But don't forget about the subscribe and bell buttons if you haven't done that already, and you're always going to be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And if you'd like to leave a comment on the comment section, go ahead and do that. We'd love to hear from you there. And pay attention to the description part of this interview, because it'll have contact info for you. And that same contact info for you will be available at the closing credits at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. We have Danny Rossi from Montreal, Quebec, Canada today. And of course, he's a really awesome artist, and I think you're going to agree with that. And we'll get to that in a second, but first, here's a quick word from the Ken Gordon Show and TLC Travel Agency. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
The Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix, is a 2-hour show playing independent and mainstream country music you know and love. Be sure to check it out at thecadengordonshow.com for more information on the show.
Ever thought about owning your own business? Tanya Lapsley-Cockett did. She decided a little over 5 years ago that she was going to be an entrepreneur, so she started her travel business. Tanya is married and works a full-time job. Her business has given her amazing opportunities. Not only does she get to help people create memories by booking their vacations, sporting and entertainment tickets, rental cars, etc., but it has also allowed her to help other families create legacy income. The travel industry is extremely lucrative and is an $8 trillion industry. The travel industry is projected to earn in excess of $15 trillion over the next 10 years. The travel industry pays its professionals up to 70 to 80% commission on the travel that they book for themselves and their clients. As a travel business owner, Tanya books travel and teaches others how to own and operate their own travel business. She is a director in training on the marketing side of her business, where she has helped over 90 families start their own businesses. If you're interested in owning your own travel business, please contact Tanya at 917-743-1199 or at ladytlc3555@me.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, we have Danny Rossi with us today. Thanks for joining us, Danny.
Thanks for having me, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. Well, tell us a little bit about your story, about how you started in music. I mean, I'm sure you've always wanted to be one since you were a kid. Maybe it came much later. But anyway, tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear your story.
Man, I love when people ask this, because I get to say it. I was young. I can't remember what age I was, but I had an older cousin who was really into Motley Crue.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, so I guess it was around that 1986 or something, I guess. And he put on that uncensored video, and I was sold. I said, I'm going to be a musician.
Mm.
You know, it was that simple, man. That's when I knew that's what I wanted to be.
Mm. Well, it's good that you had somebody involved, and somebody like Motley Crue, that helped you a little bit into the music business anyway. So,
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure Motley Crue was kind of an influence on you, I guess. Did you have any other influences you want to mention?
Yeah, I mean, it started with Motley Crue, but then, as you get older, you start, there was a lot of other bands in that era in the 80s, but the Beatles, the just melody and those big popping choruses, that got me, and that's really, really what I love, that catchy chorus that you're singing along by the second time you hear it. That's always gotten it for me. And my range, it just varies, I like anything from, I love Frank Sinatra. I mean, that's just great music too, but what was great about rock music is that you get to go back and really discover like I said, Motley Crue, it's because it was the 80s. It was like I was alive. But then you go back and it's like, oh, there's Zeppelin, there's Sabbath. There's so much more. It never ends, the variety of rock and how everybody had their own style in the rock. And there was it's endless. And even today you can still discover new stuff, that maybe you didn't appreciate when you were younger or you just didn't hear of. There's always something.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of people on the show really fall back to the Beatles, and they were legends, obviously, that whole British rock invasion back there, and I, for one, am always been a big fan of the Beatles, so I can understand that. So, um, well, tell everybody how we can find you. I'm sure you're on all streaming platforms, but tell anybody any official websites, any social media, all that stuff.
Um, I keep it very simple. Just I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, obviously, because you kind of have to these days. And it's always at Dr. Groove Music, also the YouTube as well. Streaming platforms, I am on just about every streaming platform, even in countries and languages I don't understand. My distribution company is just like, I'm like, just give it to everybody so people can discover the music.
Okay, well, are you on streaming platforms as well, like Apple Music, Amazon Music, so forth?
Yeah, absolutely everything. Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer. I don't even know the other ones. I always forget them. But yeah, it's just at Dr. Groove Music, or just look up Dr. Groove and write Intoxicated, the name of my first single / the name of the solo album.
Yeah. Well, all right, go to any streaming media platform you can find, and you'll find it goes under Dr. Groove, like he said. And
yeah, look for this. Look for this cartoon. Can we see this here? Here, a cartoon of me. You look for that, and that's what you're looking for. That's me.
Okay. Well, I know you won't be disappointed, and I know he would love you for that too. And the song that we're about to watch is called "Intoxicated." You're all I need, and it's a real great song too. Is there a story you'd like to talk to us about that?
Yes. Since we have some time together, the song started off. The idea of Intoxicated started off. It was when I met my wife years ago. I just was trying to write a song for her originally, and she has these beautiful blue eyes. So I said, the first thing I said to her is, "Your eyes are intoxicating." And I was trying to write a song for her, and it wasn't working out. It wasn't going anywhere I wanted. And it wasn't until I was in studio recording this song, my chorus was completely different. And I had the "You're all I need" part as it was my chorus basically. And I just kept repeating it. I wanted a very simple, repetitive type chorus for the song. And my producer, he looked at me and he's like, because you need a better chorus. I'm like, what do you mean? Man, this is good. It's simple. And he's like, no, you need a better chorus. So I came home and with the music that we had recorded that day, and I'm just listening to, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I go, well, this is my intoxicated part fits from the other song, fits into this song, and with some modifications. So that's how the song came about. Completed, but the story behind it is it means a lot to me because it's a problem in our society with with addiction. Whether it's alcohol. The song happens to be about alcohol, but for anybody who faces addiction. So the song has nothing to do with my wife or her eyes anymore. And as a musician, I am always grateful that I was never sucked into that, or it didn't happen to me. But as a musician, you have lots of friends or other musicians we see, just how many musicians have we lost, the ones we know of, the popular ones, that have made it big, or even the ones who aren't. It definitely hits us as a community, but it hits everyone as well, not necessarily in music. And I thought it was an important message to pass along, And if you look at the lyrics in the song, you'll see, where the idea of I'm intoxicated by your eyes. It's the eye of the bottle. It's no longer a person's eyes, and everything is in the song is related to that. And I thought it was an important message to put out.
Okay. Well, it is a great song, like I said, and I know everyone
Thank
out
you.
there, you're getting ready to watch it in just a minute. I know you'll agree. But before we get into that, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show there, Danny, and we'd love to have you back again sometime if you ever want to plug anything new for us.
Well, Paul, I've got 2 side projects going on, so it'll be a pleasure once the next the singles are coming out, and to promote those, man. I really appreciate you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you. So anyway, here it is, Intoxicated, You're All I Need, and it starts right now.